Namaste. Welcome to Lunchtime Yoga with Todd. Great to have you here. I'm really excited about today's session. And before we dive into it, I would love to invite you to share this with your friends and loved ones and anyone else you feel could use a little bit of peace of mind. Yoga is the integration of body, mind, and heart. So send it out, share it. Also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for a variety of free classes that I offer once a month and even more. And then I'm also running a special get a month free in my memberships. You can click the link below to join that. Would love to have you become a member and see you on a regular basis. So today's class is entitled Tantric Revolution, Turning Towards Yourself in the World. This is such a beautiful idea that Tantra is about how to stop running from the world, but actually turning towards ourself and turning toward the world. It really is an invitation to come home to the heart, to come home to ourselves. This place in the heart is the safe space we go to be ourselves, to be wholly accepted by ourselves, where we feel calm, we feel a state of deep inner peace, we feel connection, we feel that longing to be part of something greater. And ultimately, to find the source of deep contentment and wisdom. These are all the promises that the heart makes if we could just stop running from it or stop getting in our own way. So to turn toward ourselves and to turn toward the world, which is really the spin of the Tantric Revolution, takes tremendous courage and commitment. And I love the word courage because it comes from the Latin word cur, which means the heart. It's the emotion of the heart. Courage is our capacity to face danger, difficulty, and pain without being deflected from a chosen course of action and without being stopped by fear. Now, we might have fear and courage together, and courage is not the elimination of fear. It's not the absence of fear, but courage really is our capacity to move forward anyway, even with the fear. Fear is like a good placeholder that helps us to survive. So we don't really want to get rid of all of our fear. We just want to not let fear get in the way of what it is that we truly desire. And so let's get started. Take a comfortable seat, roll your thigh bones in, draw your tailbone down, join your index fingers and thumbs in a mudra that's called Jnana Mudra, mudra of knowledge. Palms down so we embody. We do palms down to turn toward the self. You can do palms up. Palms up is more of an invitation for transcendence, to get up and out, to find a yoga that is so sublime it's unrelatable. Tantra is about the reality of what is, that our humanity is our divinity, and that the expression of the world is the expression of Spirit herself. Why would we ever want to turn away from her? The invitation in Tantra is to learn how to embrace the full spectrum of ourselves, both shadow and light. And most belief systems, including yoga, does not embrace the shadow. Any type of pain or suffering, we're going to sweep it underneath the yoga mat, bottle it for later, which never comes. And we know that without the embrace of the full spectrum of ourselves, which is shadow and light, that shadow starts to fester. It gets in our way. So close your eyes, draw inside, invite the light of the universe to fill you. And when you inhale, fill your heart with light, lengthen your side ribs. Take the head of your arm bones back, shoulder blades hug. And just take a moment to lift your heart with the courage to rise up. Know that you have everything you need inside of yourself, that you are well equipped to handle whatever challenge is coming your way. And if you weren't, then the challenge would not be here. The challenges only come when we're ready for a promotion, when we're ready to turn the page of our life, to start a new chapter. So embrace it. Lift your throat, take your palate back, occiput up. Place the center of the roof of your mouth, center of the palate, directly vertical over the pelvis. So for most people, it's courage to back off the head, let go of needing to control everything, and let the heart shine. Draw into your heart, set an intention for yourself. What is it that you really need to turn toward in yourself? And what value will that be for you? And what are you prepared to do about it? Well, you're here now. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. May this next 30 minutes be your way of turning toward yourself, to let go of everything else, release worry, release anxiety, and trust in the process, trust in the power of this present moment. Let's enter even more fully into the moment by chanting the sacred sound of Om. Take a breath in. Om. To the courage in your heart, gently bow. When you're ready, open your eyes. Namaste. All right, come on up to a standing position. Come stand with your feet parallel, hip distance apart, palms in front. With courage, just stand tall. Take your shoulders back. Open up the curtains of your heart. Let yourself see and be seen. Then turn toward yourself. Hug in. Claw your palms, finger pads and roots of your hands. Feet parallel. Lift and spread your toes. That engages muscles. Hug muscles to bones with courage to face reality. There's such a gift of power that comes when we stop running. Thighs back, tailbone in, but it isn't just stop running, it's also turn toward yourself. Inhale with courage, rise up, and then exhale, fold forward. Lead with your heart. Bend your knees a little, take the pressure off your hamstrings, and then inhale, shine the light of courage forward. Exhale, bow, turn toward yourself. Do this several more times. Follow your own breath rhythm. Remember the Tantric Revolution. We turn towards ourself. When you look into your heart, bring acceptance, bring courage, bring light, bring healing. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog pose. Alternately, press one heel down, bend the opposite knee, go side to side, and then deepen your breath. Try to touch the sensation and stretch in your legs with the breath from the inside. Breath is life. Breath is calming. Breath carries you into your heart, that place of connection where it's safe, where you're able to be as you are. Let your gift shine. Very good. Bend both knees down to the floor. Look at your hands. Spread your fingers wide. And then with the strength that courage brings, claw your pads, the flesh underneath your fingernails, and the roots of your fingers. For most people, the index finger knuckle lifts away from the floor. So I'd like you to focus more on getting the index finger knuckle to go down. Keeping the roots and the pads down, pull up from your hands to your heart and lift the shoulders, but surrender your heart toward the floor. And keeping the power of arm bones lifted with courage, come up into downward dog pose. Courage not to collapse. And we always have that tendency to collapse the shoulders. So I want you to lift the armpits up. Keep your heart soft. Bend your knees. Create a low back curve. So take your inner thighs back. And you take the inner edges of your thighs, inner edges of your sitting bones back enough, and lift your sitting bones up such that the lower back, lumbar vertebrae, the spinous processes sticking out the back actually pull in. In a certain sense, when you do that, even your spinous processes are turning towards yourself. They pull in, which is a very healthy thing. Then from your heart, push down through your hands, and from your heart, root the base of your shins backwards, base of the shins back, which means we don't care so much if your heels touch the floor. What we want is good alignment. You keep a low back curve, add length to the curve, and then stretch. Well done. Inhale, right leg up high. Exhale, lunge, come up hands to hips. With courage now, squeeze your legs to the middle. Stretch your arms up overhead. Courage is the emotion of the warrior. Look straight ahead. Aim both hips forward. So the left hip comes forward a little more, right hip back. Square hips to the front. Thighs back, tailbone in. And then from your pelvic core, push through the back foot, the left big toe ball mound, and forward through the right shin. Lift your heart. Arch back, curl back a little bit more, knowing that challenges only come when you're ready to rise up. Now bring your left hand to the back of your left thigh and push your thigh up into your hand. Arch back a little more. For those who can, try to switch your arms. Right hand to the back thigh. If you can't quite reach, put your right hand on the hip. I call that bus stop yoga. You get off at your stop, but maybe you can reach all the way around and rise up more. Stay with your breath. Inhale, right arm. Exhale, sweep your arms out to the side. Come back to downward facing dog pose. Bend your knees, generate a low back curve. With courage, stay the course. Lift your left leg up. Inner edge of your left thigh goes higher. Exhale, lunge. Come up, hands to hips. Find your breath. Remember, breath is life. Then with courage, scissor your legs. The front leg goes back, the back leg goes forward. Square your hips. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Thighs back, tailbone in. Arch back with courage. Courage is needed to be able to go beyond our self-limited concepts, to really be in the journey of the soul. You need courage to face the unknown and to face difficulties as they come up without quitting. Take your right hand to your right thigh and push your thigh up into your hand. At the same time, pull your tailbone down more. Curl back, arch back. And breathe. Switch your arms. Just enjoy being in your body. Breathe into the core, into the heart. And inhale, left arm up. Exhale, sweep your arms to the floor, come into plank. Keep your thigh bones back, tail in, but try to make your back and your legs in a straight line as much as possible. Then knees to the floor. Exhale, lower toward the floor, but pause when your shoulders are at the elbow height. And then exhale all the way down. Keep your tailbone in. Inhale, come up cobra. Isometrically pull the palms backwards. Shoulders go back. Notice how the heart wants to go forward. So with courage, pull your palms back. The shoulder blades squeeze onto the back of the ribs. That protects the heart and that allows the heart to go forward with support, with courage, so that you can accomplish your dreams. Courage is needed to step across the threshold of our fears. Remember, we don't want to get rid of our fear. We want to bring it with us. It's a placeholder. Just don't let fear stop you. And that's what takes courage. Exhale, come down. Inhale, push back, downward dog pose. Exhale, root the base of the thighs back. Base of the shins back. And breathe. Remember, with courage, keep your armpits lifted. Refrain from collapsing shoulders. There it is. Inhale, right leg up high. Exhale, lunge, square the left foot. Bring your right forearm on top of the right thigh, left hand to your hip. And then scissor the legs. Notice how the muscles start to firm against the bones. Keeping that, thighs back, tail in. Bend the front knee a little bit more, go deeper. And then take your left arm up over your ear and externally rotate the left arm such that your thumb turns up, palm faces towards the back of your head. And if you can go a little deeper, bend your front knee more, even to the point where you can come down either on hand on a block or hand in eagle talon, so the fingers are on the floor. Now squeeze your right knee into the right shoulder. Hug more, hug in with courage. Courage leads to fortitude. Fortitude is having a backbone. Fortitude is like the grit of not giving up. Turn your heart a little bit higher toward the sky. Exhale, release, go back into downward dog pose and breathe. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, lunge. Spin your right foot square to the back edge, come up onto your left forearm, right hand to hip, right arm over your head and turn. We want a deeper external rotation in the right arm. So turn your thumb up, even though the back of the hand will point towards the back of your head. Thighs back, tail in, bend the front knee more. And stretch from your pelvic core. Push through your feet, and from the pelvis, stretch through your fingers. Courage to rise up. Courage is really the source of resilience, our capacity to bounce back after a setback. Go deeper now. Touch the floor or a block with the left hand and squeeze your left knee onto your arm. With courage, what you think is a setback is really a setup for a comeback. In other words, nothing keeps you down because courage gives you the hope to rise. That's what we need now. Tantric Revolution, turning towards yourself and the world. Exhale, spin down to the floor. Come back, plank. Now go into full Chaturanga Dandasana. Thighs back, tailbone in. This time, pull the front ribs back. Xiphoid tailbone connection. Exhale all the way down. Inhale. Come up, cobra. And then look over your right shoulder, cobra twist. Continue to look to the right. Roll onto your left hip. Crawl your right knee forward for Kurmayasana, salamander. And push your left foot straight back, left ribs toward the front of the mat. Stretch. Exhale. Come onto your belly. Inhale, Kurmayasana. Come up, cobra, and then twist to the left. Roll onto the side of your right hip. Crawl your left knee forward and flex your right foot. Push your right foot to the back edge of the mat, right ribs to the front edge. It's a very subtle, nuanced stretch. You have to surrender a bit to feel it. Exhale, release. Push back, downward facing. And then glide your right knee forward toward the right hand and pigeon. Nice hip stretch. Keep your left toes curled under. Hug in. How much did you hug in? Well, lift your hands off the floor. That's how much. And it really starts to stretch the hip when you lift your hands. Then lower your hands and bend your left knee, left hand to the left foot, heel to hip, quad stretch. Root the base of your thigh, which is the area just above your knee, and drag the left thigh forward, tailbone in. Spin your thumb down, elbow up, ribs to the right. And then root the pelvis down. If you can go a little bit deeper, put your right hand on the right knee. If that's too much, keep your hand on the floor, it's fine. But do curl your left toes over your hand. Spread your left toes. Very deep quad stretch and shoulder stretch. Take the left head of the arm bone back, and with courage, squeeze the left shoulder blade into the back of the ribs. Arch back a bit more and release. Curl the left toes under, lift the left knee, and in one movement, switch your legs, or several movements. Hips square, curl your right toes under and push the right big toe ball mound away. Lift your hands so you get a sense of how much to squeeze. So you scissor the legs, front leg goes back, back leg goes forward. Maintaining that, place your fingers down and breathe. Hips square to the front. Bend your right knee. Hold the right foot, right hand, heel to hip. And root the base of the right knee down, base of the right thigh, which is just above the knee. Root that down and drag it forward. That takes the top of your thigh bone back. Then pull your tail in. Spin, thumb down, elbow up. Ribs to the left as best you can. And then root the pelvis down. Rise up, bring your left hand onto the left knee. And with courage, lift your heart more. Courage is not overdoing it. Courage is having the discernment to go right up to the threshold, the edge of what your body can do, and then surrender. Turn toward yourself with love, with acceptance, with inner peace. Very deep stretch. Then exhale. Release. Take it back to downward dog. Come to plank, chaturanga, all the way down. Bend both knees. Hold your feet. Dhanurasana bow. Walk your knees in a little closer. Remember the bigger energy. Let's open to grace. And then spread your toes. Squeeze your inner knees toward each other. And then lift the inner thighs. Draw your tailbone down. And then push your feet back into your hands. Lift up. Head of the arm bones go back. With courage, surrender your heart a bit more. It does take courage to surrender. It's the act of letting go. So let go in the heart, but push your feet back into your hands. And then lift your toes, lift your head. Then lift your toes, lift your head. One more time. Lift your toes, lift your head. And exhale, release, rest, breathe. It feels so good. All right, come onto your back. Bend your knees, feet flat on the floor. Bend your elbows by your sides. Let's set the shoulders first. So lengthen your side ribs and move the head of your arm bones toward the floor. Push your elbows down as well to get the arm bones back. And then just simply gather your shoulder blades behind the heart. Create a web of support. And then turn towards yourself. Courage to be present, to not run. Not only not run away, but to run toward who you are. Lift your chin a little bit. And then inhale, lift your hips. Pull back from your heels all the way up to the palate. Hug your shoulder blades more. Then from your palate, root your head and extend through your torso, hips, thighs, knees, and feet. With courage, lift your heart a little bit more toward your chin. Lift your hips a little bit higher. And breathe. Courage to face difficulty, danger, and pain
without being distracted by fear, without giving up, without collapsing. But courage is also needed to know when to come out of a pose, when to let go, when to surrender. So use your courage to discern for you when you need to come down. And then take one more deep breath in. Exhale, lower your hips. Pull your right knee to chest. And then stretch your right leg straight up. Hold the back of your right thigh and push your thigh into your hands. Generate a low back curve. You should be able to put your other hand under your back. You keep the curve. And then push your right thigh back more. And switch left knee to chest. Left leg up. Push your left thigh into your hands. Enjoy the stretch of the back of the hamstring. Then bring your foot down. Bring your arms in cactus position with elbows bent. Back of the hand on the floor. Separate your knees a little wider. Windshield wiper your knees to the left and place your left ankle on top of the right knee. Anchor your right knee down more and inner rotate your right thigh and hip. And then pull your tail in. And then twist your torso to the right. And take hold of your left wrist overhead and do a crescent. So your legs go in one direction. Your torso goes in the other direction. Find the place right in the middle, deep in the pelvic core. Extend from your pelvis through the right knee. Lengthen your femur. And release. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, knees to the right. Right ankle on top of the left knee. Inner rotate your left thigh and hip. Tailbone in. Twist left. And breathe. Hold your right wrist with your left hand and crescent over to the left. At the same time, push out from your hip through your left knee. Femurs grow. When that happens, it's a subtle traction for the low back. It feels so good. Psoas stretch. Hips stretch. Piriformis muscle stretches here. Now with courage, take a deep breath in, and when you exhale, let go. Surrender. Inhale, return to center. Hug both knees into the chest. Turn toward yourself with courage and with self-love, self-nurturance. Then stretch your legs out, Shavasana. Bring your arms by your sides, palms up. Take a breath in, and when you exhale, release your muscles, bones, and organs. Take another breath and release your mind, worry, anxiety. Take another breath in. When you exhale, release the central line of your spine. And then dwell in the place in the middle, the central line that encompasses all the chakras, the heart, the back of the heart. And imagine a radiant golden dome of light that comes over your whole body, and let a healing light pour down, flooding and inundating your body with light, healing energy. Take it in all the way deep to the soul and receive. Take in all the benefits of the practice.
Listen to the sound of the chime and allow yourself to drift back. Bend your knees in, roll to the right. Come up to a seated position. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Close your eyes. Turn towards yourself. This is the Tantric Revolution, to embrace yourself, to engage with the light that's already there inside of your heart. And with courage, affirm that you're already whole and complete just as you are, that you have everything you need. You are well equipped to rise up, to face whatever the challenge is, whatever the difficulty is. Trust yourself, trust the process. And then from a place of deep connection with the universe and with your very own self, let's take a breath and chant Om. With courage, bow your head. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. And I hope you continue on with your day from a place of courage, a place of deep inner peace, stillness, connection, safety, and commitment. So thank you. And please share this experience with others. Come and subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out the membership offer this month, which is a free month membership when you sign up for 2 more months. So take advantage of that while it lasts. Look forward to seeing you next time. Okay? Peace.